All right, time to move on, and the highlight of the show where we answer our viewers' financial portfolio queries. And for that, a very special guest I have with me, Anil Rego, founder CEO of Right Horizons. Anil, hi, good evening, and welcome to the show. And let's begin with our viewer questions. I will take Dheeraj's question first, and he's been investing 10,000 in mutual fund from last 10 months. He's 26 years old and wants to accumulate a corpus of 3.5 CR by 50, and he will step up his SIP by 10% every year. Funds that he has are Motilal Oswal Mid Cap 2,500, Parag Parikh Flexi Cap again 2,500, Kotak Equity Opportunity same amount, Bandhan Small Cap also 2,500. He wants to invest other more 5,000, so he needs to know whether he should be distributing that amount in the existing funds or he should have a new fund, and or any other category that should be introduced in his portfolio for diversification. He's also investing 5,000 in Bajaj Capital Gold Suraksha ULIP, which tracks mid-cap index from last 1.5 years and has a 5 years lock-in. He wants to know if he should be surrendering this policy or should he be continuing this since there is a lock-in period, and the money can be withdrawn only after that. So, a very interesting question, and thank you so much, Dheeraj, for sending us your question. Congratulations, just 26-year-old, and you've got a very good grip on your investments, except for the ULIP part. I don't know why he took up that plan. Okay, Anil, you might just want to start with investing in ULIP. Although, Anil, we also know that the new kind of ULIPs, especially the ones with the mid-cap exposure, we saw the run-up in this category, and so we've seen ULIPs coming up specialized with mid-cap and small-cap exposure in it. They are ULIP 2.0, where they are more efficient in terms of the costing structure of the product. But having said all of that, would you still recommend a ULIP? I mean, comparing it with the mutual fund and other equity investment options?
Yeah, so I think you need to look at it objectively, depending on what is, in your case, what are the things to consider, right? One is, of course, now tax efficiency is there. So the ULIPs, again, up to a certain limit, you have a tax efficiency. So within that, limit, you can consider it. Okay, but if you're not able to get your tax benefit, then it's not something that I would do too much of. Okay. Now coming back to his specific question, wherein he has this policy is already taken, and he's having second thoughts and wants to exit it probably. In initial years, you will lose quite a bit if you end up surrendering the policy or stopping it. So anyway, the new ULIPs that you have today are not as bad. The cost structure is at times can be even comparable with mutual funds, in the medium to long term. Okay, but if you want to exit, I would think that you can just wait out your 5 years, okay, and then look at it. But yes, it may be a good idea to go back to your insurance company and find out what is the surrender value, okay, and what do you lose in this period if you don't continue, and then take a call. My gut feel is that it may make sense for you to continue for 5 years and then exit it post that if you want. Okay. Now coming back to his mutual fund portfolio, yes, congratulations, and I think you've done a very good job. You've also diversified your funds across right from Flexi-Cap, large and mid cap, small cap, and mid cap as well. So that's been a good set of funds that you've chosen. So that's the second thing, which is good, which means that you are researching your funds before you go and invest. Now, for 15,000, I'm assuming that you'll add this 5,000 rupees as well. Will you achieve your goal of that you mentioned? Yes, you'll definitely achieve your goal. In fact, you'll probably cross it. The only point I would like to make is, you've said, 10% per annum step up for a long period of time, right? So if you look at, that step up for almost like 25 years, I don't know if you can do that consistently. 15,000 in say, their last year will be almost like 1.35 lakhs. Okay. So I think that what we've done is to be conservative. We've assumed, a step up for 10% for 15 years, and then we've dropped it off to 5 years. even with that, if you start off with 15,000 currently, you will per month, that is, then you will be able to achieve 5 crore corpus. Okay, so that's the good news. And what are the funds that you can add? I think I didn't want to touch your funds because they're reasonably good funds. So I looked at another category, which is, let's say, a large cap. So ICICI through blue chip is what I'm suggesting. That for 4,000, you can invest into that partially for something like 3,500 rupees. And the balance, you can also do a little bit of a top up to your Parak Flexi-Cap. And then I think you have a portfolio which, is both, moderate to aggressive on the equity side, of course. And I think you'll do well.
All right, so that's a detailed explanation, recommendation for Dheeraj and his portfolio. And with that, it's time up also on the show today. Anil, we'll take rest of the questions in the next show, the following up show. But thank you so much for taking time out and helping our viewers with their portfolio queries today. Thanks. On that note, it's a wrap, and I'm going to leave you with our WhatsApp number and email ID, and you can send across your portfolio details. And if any goal-specific strategy that you might want from our expert, you can send across your question on our WhatsApp and email ID. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.